My practice here at Remedy Health is really to help people find the why of how they have the symptoms rather than just, I have a headache, give them a pill. I really try to investigate what the source of the problem is from the physiological approach. I've been in approximately 12 specialties over 37 years around the country. That includes general and vascular surgery, pediatric orthopedic surgery, adult orthopedics, internal medicine, family practice, emergency medicine, addiction medicine, occupational medicine. So it's given me a lot of background. So when someone comes to me, it's kind of like I have all those specialties in my head, which gives me an advantage. The traditional practice uses the standard medications, which are fine, but I try to look for other ways to have the physiology optimized, maybe besides using just drugs initially. For example, there's a lot of nutritional benefits that a person can derive, for example, that can lower their blood pressure. And if you add those supplements, those vitamins up, sometimes you can get a drop of 10 or 15 points in their blood pressure without really putting them on a medication. I learned about Hardy Daily Essential Nutrients from a conference I went to about a year and a half ago in San Diego. I met Mr. Hardy, the owner that started the company, and I was just fascinated because of their really unique approach to mental health and how it would help mental health, because I have some relatives with mental health, and pretty much like everybody does. And so I was really fascinated, like what does this have to do with mental health? So I met them and saw some of the presentations, and I've read all the literature on them, and the vastness that Daily Essential Nutrients has on multiple mental disorders is quite incredible. It's supposed to be the most studied vitamin supplement for mood disorders in the world, and that always fascinates me. It also for traumatic brain injury, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, all these things. There was a recent article actually that said that up to 15% of people who are schizophrenic may be just a nutrient loss. One of my relatives has multiple things, which the Hardy Essential Nutrients has investigated, and that's with a traumatic brain injury, TBI, and some psychosis, schizophrenia, and this relative had both. He had 2 to 3 brain injuries, which we got some help with biofeedback, and it helped him significantly, but he wasn't still quite right. Then we put him on the Daily Essential Nutrients, and it was a dramatic change. His TBIs were maybe 10 years prior, 7, 8 years prior. And when we put him on those, about 3 to 4 weeks later, he started actually having a personality change. He had a sense of humor again. He was interested in things that he hadn't been interested in before. It was like he was 10 years before the brain injury, and before he also developed some psychoses. And after he was on that, it was quite dramatic. His psychoses, we didn't even recognize that was there anymore. And the TBI, he didn't have memory problems anymore either. So he was the best that we'd seen him in 10 years. So yes, it was quite dramatic. And unfortunately, like a lot of people, especially when they're kids in their 20s, they don't feel like they need it anymore. So what happened after he stopped taking them was he returned to his previous state of intermittent psychoses, confusion, had cognitive problems, and it has been a dramatic downturn for him. And unfortunately, I tried to get him to take them again, and he just, I don't want to take a pill. When a person gets sick, they get so sick, they then get paranoid about what they're taking, and they just want to refuse everything. So it was sad to see, but encouraging that there's something that will help them, that's something besides, a lot of drugs. Why do I recommend daily essential nutrients? I kind of use them kind of more specifically, and I probably broaden my use of them when I feel people have mood disorders or mental disabilities that may benefit from them. And that can be depression, traumatic brain injury, bipolar disorder, these different things that I think require a product that can maybe get in the brain a little bit better. A lot of vitamin companies, they do not spend the time or money to chelate them all to the amino acids to all the vitamins. It's expensive, and that's why they do cost more, but there's more to them. And a lot of vitamins, that's all they have is a vitamin in really just a pack kind of solution, the packing material. There really isn't anything to transport the vitamin across the intestinal epithelium to get it absorbed as well as these. So I think the most common response from daily essential nutrients is, including myself, is increased energy. I think that's where the biggest difference is. I just feel energy and endurance. I think that's where I've seen the most response from the vitamins.